The unopened flowering stems of the wild garlic, which look like this, that one's just starting to open, and these are called scapes, and you can just eat them as well. And you can of course fry them, you can cook them, and yeah, when they're finished flowering, you see the seed pods and they fry up nicely, or you can just eat them. And the bulbs are available all year round, but they're tiny compared to ordinary or cultivated garlic. The bulbs are small and they are quite deep. Yeah, you've got quite a nice variety of things you can eat. And wild garlic is very plentiful. Sometimes it's absent in certain places, but where you get it, it's usually very, very common. So if you're foraging it and there's tons and tons of it, then you know, it doesn't matter. You know, just pick like a few leaves. I wouldn't take all the leaves from one plant, just like one from there, one from here, you know, and the odd sort of flowering stem like this one, and you haven't really affected the amount there are. But if you look around the edge, you can see loads of little seedling ones and baby ones, and that shows how quickly the clump is spreading. And where you get them, they cover the whole niche on the forest floor. Sort of the damp but not boggy kind of whole niche is just usually just completely covered in wild garlic at this time of year. It is a very, very prolific plant when it gets going, but due to land use changes and pesticides and various things like that, it has kind of become absent from large areas. I've noticed that the seeds don't usually travel very far from it, so the clump tends to spread a lot, but it doesn't seem to get itself into new areas very easily. But it can be transplanted quite easily. Here's Iggy. I'll just put these down a minute. You see these little seedlings here? If you're trying to dig up a big one, the bulbs are very deep and they are quite difficult to usually break. But if you get a little seedling, you can just dig with a trowel or a finger like this. These ones are growing very close to the path here. So just dig those up, shake the soil off them, and you can see the little bulbs there. And you can eat those as well. Just get the mud off them. They're much stronger. And yeah, very much stronger those are. And yeah, those I'm going to transplant in a new area, because it's nice and wet today, so they'll transplant very well, and they'll be mature after a few years. They'll divide and spread, and that will start off a new colony. And these are just so much easier to dig up than these ones. These ones, the roots sometimes go down about 8 inches deep, maybe even deeper, and it's notoriously difficult to dig the bulbs up intact.